should have the BKB finished on Seb too. So that'll give him a little bit easier time to get those blink calls out as he's been suffering to do so in the last few fights. And Somnus, full I've Scotty picked up, about to be level 25 as well.
Yeah, they just need a couple more minutes on the side of OG before they're ready to fight. Wait for the age to expire.
Seb, he's in, gets the call, the character's putting in FY, there with the snowball save. He's going to be fine, and now they turn to look towards the axe. The taunt's going to be out. Seb goes for the TP. They've got the stun to cancel them. Seb held back for now. Thompson trying to offer his best from the side to provide some sort of safety, as he will get Seb back. They're able to get Seb back to safety, and Thompson, he's running away. X-Nova's there with the wraparound, gets the slow off, gives the vision for the snowball. TP from No-Tails coming in towards the stride, but Thompson, he's trapped.
That's twice in this series that X-Nova just comes out of nowhere. Like, he's just on a warding expedition, then he just ends up wrapping behind these people constantly.
Perfect time.
Perfect timing, and has a senton creep to boot. And look at these deep wards that he's placed during that time that he was running around doing so. He now has full vision of OG. Yeah, sees Ana farming these Ancients right now.
Oh, Ana. FY just giving so much information for the team. He's got eyes on him. Get the punch on the wrong target, but the snowball pass will catch Ana. Ana, he's in trouble. The blood bright silence connects. He's got the matchup back up in a second, but can he really play his way out of this one? He cannot. Down for a minute and a half.
Just having all this vision. X-Nova throughout this whole tournament has had the best vision in every situation, even when you wouldn't expect it. You're just like, oh, they're fighting on the left side. They're not going to have vision over here. But no, X-Nova always seems to have those prepared in every situation.
And he has some incredible foresight to be able to have these wards that just lead to really clutch pickoffs. And Axe has not spent his money on BKB. He has the money, but he might be looking to save for buyback.
We'll see if any of the buybacks do get forced out. Thompson's still dead for 15. Ideally, he doesn't buy back it. They may have to buy back on Ana. He's gone for 50 seconds. The split coming out from Chalice. He's ready to push in, look for the stun on No-Tail to hold back the Chen as the mid-racks are exposed. PSG.LGD, 40 minutes in, able to open into the base and clean out this mid lane of racks. Still Ana holding on to that buyback.
And they're going to keep going here. They really want to force this PL to come back here.
Stun onto Thompson. He will blink dodge it. But another tier 3 tower falling incredibly fast. They really don't want to use it. Seb jumps in, gets the call onto FY. There's the buyback. The Cataclysm isn't enough to do anything. It isn't. PSG.LGD still fighting strong. Thompson getting focused by Somnus. Seb taken down by Arme. The triple buybacks now out as Ana in trouble. He's pulled back for this one. The deafening blast onto the three of them. Knocks them back, but Ana gets focused. Seb! He's in with the call. He has the control onto the morphing Somnus. Now being chased by Thompson. Blinks in with the cold snap. The PL army's on top of it. They get Somnus too. As OG, they have to expend 3 buybacks, but they hold on to the top racks. Somnus now down for 2 minutes. No buyback available on this Bloodseeker.
Yeah, he's 400 gold short of it. It's up in about 8 seconds. OG, they have to make so much happen here. They have to push out all their lanes. 2 of the side lanes are already going, but I think trying to get some kills here, like on FY here, would be very ideal.
I mean, look how close to Brew is at 25.
So close.
With that time of split cooldown.
Oh, Thompson, he sees it FY. He's used the snowball, he turns with the combo FY with the self-fuels, but OG, they've surrounded him. Seb jumps in with the call, the blade mail, FY's gone.
Instant buyback from FY.
Still that scary, scary time for LGD. 75 seconds without Somnus. OG have the full 5-man pushing in all 3 lanes at the same time as they approach LGD's base.
I don't even know if I get the edge of this team fight. I mean, LGD are up in goal, but no blood take up to 60 seconds. This could be disastrous.
He's got a full BKB on Seb as well.
Chalice really wants to hit level 25 before he pops that primal split. So close.
Just got to be careful, Seb. Looking for that blink initiation.
Chalice is stepping back. They give him the tome. He needed like 5 experience, and they gave him the tome just to make sure that he gets it anyway. Just playing as safe as possible here.
Looks like OG don't feel that the window is big enough for them to push in whilst this Bloodseeker's still dead. They'll back away.
They can't count. They bought back 3 heroes. They weren't able to get any T3s, and there's no Roshan up yet. Big Daddy No-Tail's praying for a Roche right now so they can get that refresher, but it's not going to be out. And maybe we'll dodge a bullet.
At least they got a good amount of economy off that, right? It was up to a 15k gold advantage, and they chunked it down to 7. Same thing with experience. So they did get quite a lot out of that one, but they ideally wanted to get at least one of those sets of racks to get some momentum pushing in with those 3 buybacks used.
Absolutely, it is this really scary moment of the game now for OG. We're about 5-6 minutes still without those buybacks available. If PSG PSG.LGD can find that one team fight, it could be the team fight to win TI in this window of time that they now have presented to themselves.
Ana's gone full in for that butterfly too. As they pick up also an A on discount Jeremy, so protected in O. DD did spawn, however, was killed.
It's also pretty scary for Maybe right now. He only has a 5-second PKB, and he does a lot of damage and will get wrecked by the X-Blade Mail call if he finds him, especially with his PKB now. There's not that many places up.
This is all about FY and Chalice, right? Just either saving or just getting into the midst of the fights and not allowing OG to get the picks.
And the spark, it's going to be dispelled.
Let's get dispelled. But it's
He's in the trees, they're on the high ground, they've got the vision with the Shivas covered, Anna's on his way over, they've got the snowball down, there's the counterplay, Seb jumps in, he's able to find the call onto Challenge, but Challenge already got the BKB out, the Sunstride's going to be down onto FY, but FY will survive, Seb pots the BKB, he'll try and stand his ground, but Seb, he's going to go down, no buyback on the axe, and Jerax as well, surrounded by PSG.LGD, the Eon Disc will proc, but they'll fight through it.
He has to buy back immediately.
Look at these creep track by these Force Spirits. On the bottom room, they have no creeps in the mid lane.
Sienna still holding on to that buyback on Jerax. But as Ben said, the creeps aren't here.
It's backdoor. Can they breach through it? It's not looking like it right now. Maybe everyone hitting the same one.
That creep cutting, is it enough to hold OG in the game?
You see No-Tail's already running to just, he doesn't care. He's going to throw his life for this. He needs to just keep these creeps out of the base to keep that back door up. He doesn't care if he dies.
Which he certainly will, as they get upon him. They find his life. 1 minute now without No-Tail and without Seb. Thompson, Anna, and Jerax. The only 3 heroes that can offer their defense during this final minute, this final stand.
Jerax is really trying to hold on to his buyback.
Chalice split the course up once again. They're finishing off this second set of rags. He's got the Cyclone holding Anna up in the skies. As this Rax on the top lane will fall, the melee Rax gone. PSG.LGD playing this carefully. As they'll go down towards the bottom as well. Arme, doppelgangers, he's losing a fair bit of mana into the PL. Still able to shift back into that Morphling if needs be. As OG, they will lose that top Rax, but they won't lose the game. PSG.LGD are playing it safe. They know how close they are to victory, and they will not throw it away.
And they know that it actually is up, so that is that refresher shard. They already have pretty much infinite runs splits up anyway, but they feel very confident here.
They weren't able to de-ward that ward in the mid lane, so it looks like they are going for a Roach fake out.
Anna is on top of X-Nova. The Ghost Step's going to get the set. Oh, he's in. The call, the MP, the cannon, but FY is in. He's able to get the save off in time to keep this man alive. Get it off. Chalice is down. Buyback from X-Nova and Chalice. FY with the Invis. Somnus looking to get involved. Pots the BKB to get over the ice roll. They get on top of Seb. Seb's in trouble. Seb's gone. The axe down once again for 90 seconds. As now FY giving them the vision, but they see him. For the doppelganger to jump away from the snowball over to Thompson, the self-fuels, FY trying to buy time for the rest of LGD to come in, again, up into the air, Arme straight on top of No-Tail, FY will fall, Arme looking towards No-Tail, No-Tail puts the hand of God, but No-Tail beaten down by Arme and Somnus. Chalice gets the private split off as Anna, he's been left behind in Thompson, he's got to do something incredible in terms of the combo, can he find the angle, Jerax coming in, keeping Anna alive, Anna with the doppelganger, the deafening blast comes out onto the 2 of them, Anna trying to go in, looking for the kill, can he find it in time onto X-Nova, he's on top of him, trying to beat him down, Anna again with the doppelganger, now retreating back towards the base, as X-Nova will survive, Jerax back in, the combo, meatball down onto Chalice, but Chalice is so tanky, Bob the Shiva's gone, he's on top of Jerax, Jerax is gone, Anna as well, can he really fight back against the Somnus, and X-Nova are so low? As the buyback for Jerax comes in, he's healing Anna back up. That buyback could set them up for the kill on X-Nova. The cold snap down onto the charge, and they find him. Arme, he's out of mana. He's starting to shift into the strength, but he's surrounded. OG, can they find the ball? They can! OG are still in the game. Arme buys back immediately. But now it's PSG.LGD's turn to be without 2 of their supports. Seb's going to be back up in 8 seconds.
Oh my god, that buyback buyback from Jerax onto that shrine, being able to save Ana, but Ana also toying with them. With that doppel, he sent the illusion. They thought that was the real one. They actually couldn't finish him off, even though they got the thirst vision of him for a second.
With the level 25 talent on the doppelganger, it's really hard to kill him.
Seb.
Yeah.
He's looking straight for the play. Can he find Somnus? He's hunting. Somnus. He's there, Seb. He'll see him. Oh! Doesn't get the call, though, and now Seb. He'll be ruptured. They're looking at him, but Ana, he's straight in on top of Somnus. Somnus puts the BKB. Ana again with the double guy. There's a Cataclysm coming out. And Somnus still alive. Ana will be able to force him away. They've got the head. They've got the control. They're on top of him. Can they kill him in time? They can. Chalice got for 2 minutes. And Seb, he's finding, looking for Ame. Big Daddy No-Tail gets the penitence out. Only onto the illusion, though. Ame able to waveform up to the high ground. Ame should be fine here.
Thompson's got the ghost right. He's got Hex
maybe
up soon, too.
Oh, the doppelganger Ame's over the trees. Can he hide his way out of this?
He's back. Real one.
Goes for the waveform. Seb tries for the call, but he's already out of there. Nice play from Ame.
And he buys so much time, too, for his team there. The Brewmaster was dead for 120 seconds, now only 90.
Still a big window for OG. They're only without Jerax for the same amount of time. And that lead that PSG.LGD had, it is going down a little bit. Only 4K, 5K at the moment with these last few fights. Obviously, the 25 is now coming out on OG. Thompson's into the pit.
What a timely DD coming out for him, too. I don't think they expected to be taken out as fast. He's almost able to solo it with the help of these summons. And that's a refresher shot. There's no way to get this. There's no way LGD can.
Oh, and the Seb level 25 too. That extra Berserker's Call AoE. It catches people out. They don't expect it.
It does not feel like OG T-Rex now. At all.
The Berserker's Call now is, I mean, the AoE is
massive.
really massive now when you have that talent.
It's so hard to play against. Can PSG.LGD do it? They've got the Basher now for Somnus. For just a 2K lead with those last big comeback plays from OG. Still 30 seconds without Chalice.
Double Hex coming out now. Thompson and these 5-second BKBs. Yeah, I mean, they were crushing with their BKBs.
Being spotted out.
Got the vision. They're on top of him. Thompson, he's in trouble. The Nullify comes out, but he got the Ghost Walk off as well as the Hex in time. Now, Somnus turns out, the blood runs down. Thompson! He's dead for 100. Has got the buyback available. PSG.LGD will certainly look to force it out of them.
FY, just what a shadow blade. It just, as soon as they split up, he finds the perfect opportunity there on Thompson.
You got to be careful going out on the map when FY's alive. There's every chance in the world that he's going to be watching you from the trees.
And at this point, I think for Ame, it's actually going to be very worth it for him to actually just try and burn all the mana from the Phantom Lancer so he can't doppelganger all the time. That's causing a huge issue in the team fights. And I see that Chalice is using his Dispel Magic every single cooldown on these Phantom Lancer illusions, but there's still way too many that are causing havoc in this team.
It's too constant. Like that doppel cooldown being 3 seconds just allows him to always be able to play around a little bit around the brew. They don't really have like this crazy AoE when you look at LGD's lineup to just clear out those illusions. It's really a lot based off them just trickling them down slowly with like the Shivas and the Radiants and knowing exactly which one it is.
Yep, he doesn't have the crit talent, but now he does have crit from that Bloodthorn coming out.
It's a lot of damage that Ana can offer to the fights now.
And Brewmaster without BKB, very vulnerable. Cold Snap, Bloodthorn, Berserker's Call. There's a lot of ways that they can prevent him from getting that ult.
He just commits it from the back, just to be careful.
Make sure that he can get it off and get some damage in onto the tier 3s. Ana's going to start to try and fight against these Primal Split Brewlings. He'll be able to find one of them. He has been silenced. He'll take down the Wind Panda 2 as well by the looks of it. There's only the Earth Panda prevails. Seb jumps and he gets the call onto the Panda, popping the BKB as well, so they won't kill the Brewlings off. They do force PSG.LGD away long enough that Thompson does not have to expend his buyback. Thompson back in the game.
And then they're utilizing the PL very well too, by replicating him, sending illusions to get some extra damage on the tower. It's just one Rax left that's holding LGD away from Mega Creeps.
And they're straight out. They're ready with the aggressive play, OG. Thompson, can he find a catch? He's close to having vision onto X-Nova.
Should be able to find X-Nova. He is stalking him. He got sights of him for a second. He was a bit far away though.
Oh, the tornado. It's got him. Thompson drops the combo down upon him. The stun comes out though. Oh, the counterplay. Jerax is there though with the heal, the tether. Keeping Thompson alive with the Abyssal Blade down. Candace here with the hand of God comes through. Thompson still alive, but Chalice gets the primal split out. He's rush is coming through, but the blade mail was already out from Seb. He tries to get the call off. The back to the Cataclysm isn't enough to find the kills. Anna leading forward, the Bloodthorn onto FY, gets the kill onto FY. FY buys back straight away. Anna looking at more Somnus again, the doppelganger. Arme on top of Thompson. Thompson being saved by Jarex. Jarex with the tether. Arme turns into a Gemma. There's the call. Seb, he catches Arme. Arme dead for 2 minutes. The Hex. They've got Somnus as well. Oh, gee. Double kill for Seb. The clutch buybacks coming into play. Nobody has a buyback available right now. As OG stand with 5 alive on the map, 100 seconds without the Morphling.
This Doppel talent is just destroying LGD. They have no way to actually find Ana. Like Ben said, the Brewmaster's constantly using the Dispel, but it's so hard to find the real PL amongst all these illusions in all this chaos of the fights with tornadoes and chaos meters and everything falling all over the place.
And look at this. The tier 3 tower falling. Ana frontlining it all. What's he scared of? The Blood Bride will come out. Chalice with the Shiva's Guard trying to initiate. But Ana, he's poking, prodding, beating down, and on the side, Thompson jumps in. Chalice gets in with the BKB with the call. Seb, he's got the disable on the Chalice. Do they have the damage? They got on top of the Chalice. He's into the snowball. FY buying time for him, but now he's vulnerable. Who's there tags? He gets Bloodthorn. Chalice buys back. Straight back into the game. Ana trying to find his attention onto X-Nova. Chalice leading forward. The Tornado going to be off the market. Only catches out the Bloodseeker, but Seb, he's looking for the forward. Jumps in, gets the call. The BKB was out in time. The Bananas on top of it. Did they have the damage? Seb's got the blade on FY. With the snowball again. Thompson, Jarex focusing the racks. Thompson gets the Hex up onto X-Nova. Seb healed up by Jarex. Ana still full health at the moment as the Brewlings are pushed back to the base. OG get the bottom melee racks. As still 30 seconds to play without the Morphling in the game. They move towards the mid lane. OG, can they really get it all here? The mid racks falling. They've taken a full second set. 15 painful seconds for LGD.
They're gonna keep going. They want to claim their megas.
Another tier 3 falls. OG onto the final set of racks that LGD have left standing. Azana, he gets kicked back. He's separated from the team, but he has the double ganger. He's been ruptured. He needs help, but he needs it now. Jarex in with the tap of the hand of God. Give it that double heal. The relocate as well. Jarex gets him out. As OG will successfully disengage before that Morphling's back in, as they found both racks. Jarex will die for this one, almost certainly, as he looks to tether across, but the nullifies upon him. He has buyback though, and OG just took so much away from PSG.LGD, as they only have a lone range track standing on the top lane.
I can't believe it's coming this. There's only 3 racks left in this game, and one of them is a range racks on the side of LGD. Buyback status. I saw X-Nova's buyback, it was only like 600 or 700, which is crazy, but Jarex also kind of in that same net worth territory, looking at a very cheap buyback, but 2 in the game left. IO and the PL. PL is almost unkillable at this point. Like, even without the Wisp, it's still really difficult. With the Wisp, just don't even try.
We'll see this again. It's a save here from Jarex.
The control is just not there, and they don't have the way to kill all these illusions constantly. And of course, look at Jarex coming in, starts that relocate channel, and is able to get it off. No one gets the control on him.
Keeping it cool at the time that it means the most, but he's still able to crack a smile here in Game 4 of the TIA Grand Finals. OG making a stand, now leading 9K advantage in net worth. LD able to join us.
I don't believe they actually have any 4 stabs on the side of LG. That's generally how you deal with a Scythe of Ice, and I think they can get a Scythe of Ice on the core, get a blink call, and that hero is likely dead without buyback at this point. So OG, I would say, definitely favorite at this point of the game, especially with PL having buyback. LGD, they have a couple minutes to think about what they want to do before this next Roshan.
Yeah, they can't be totally reliant on FY just getting these perfect snowball saves, or even like I saw in the last fight too when it was down bottom, he even tried like Walrus kicking the IO away from when he was tethered from somebody else. They need to find some other ways to be able to save, in particular that Brewmaster, who is just time and time again is the most important hero, it does seem, for LGD.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what they do with the BKB call. the snowball is the only thing, but they have Bloodthorns, they have Scythe of Ice for the Tusk, they have a lot of things available. Maybe Aeon Disc perhaps for Grievous. I'm not exactly sure what the best way for him to deal with it is. It looks like he is going for an Octarine perhaps for almost permanent.
The sentry's down. They see Thompson, but Thompson, he's already quick with the play. The Tornado into EMP, Cold Snap as well. They've got the Hex, but there won't be any further jumping. They just poke at Arme.
They're trying to make space.
They got the Mega Creeps.
That's the distraction play right there.
Up against the Mega Creeps. PSG.LGD, it's what stands between them and the championship title here in Game 4.
And they got it right before that wave, before that 59-minute mark too, so we already have the Mega Creep wave coming in, that momentum pushing onto LGD's side.
And you look at their lineup, can PSG.LGD's heroes deal with the Mega Creeps? It's hard. They don't really have that sort of incredible D-push or AoE sort of hard hitters to deal with it.
That's kind of what they've been lacking in a lot of this game, right? That's what we've been talking about with the illusions with the PL. They've got ways to find them if it's...
DPL cross CDE is our second last day for the first season, and what an incredible way to almost round this out. CDEC coming up against PSG.LGD. This is both teams' last game, so it's going to be exciting at the moment. LGD are currently third place with a 6-2 series count, and CDEC are in fourth place with a 5-3 series count. So this is going to be pretty important, actually, for money-wise in particular. You know, whoever is able to take this series will then jump up ahead in the group stage, and that's just going to give themselves a little bit of extra dodge going their way. You can say no to a little bit of extra moolah. So it's going to be pretty important here to see who it already does end up fitting. We've got the first place, 9th, 8th, and 7th have all been determined. Ehor sitting first, I should say. And then we got RNG 7th, Key in 8th, Spark in 9th as well. So there's still a couple other placings to determine, and especially because, you know, we're going to have that work down now, as I'm very, very excited to see. And of course it is also CDC up against COGD, but it's up against Old Rockstar. This is going to be exciting, no doubt about it.
10 seconds remaining.
As we see Aura respect bands coming out from LGD. They got rid of the Tusker, which is a CDC really like on the Tusker. They do like a plus task. Like a lot of time they give the chance to Victoria, and then they'll have like a position 4 can really that adds the damage up and make them across the map. So I wouldn't be surprised. I haven't seen CDC for a couple of weeks now, but when I was watching them a lot, they were going for these kind of gens early, the Enchantress as well, the Death Prophets looking first phase. You know, we're kind of seeing Death Prophets slowly fall out at the moment, but there's still a lot open. You know, even the Keeper of the Light. But LGD, with their first pick, they're going to pick up Enchantress. So showing. I mean, this year will be able to give them some flexibility. You know, you can put him as 5, you can put him to 3. You don't really see too many Enchantresses played in the position 4, but you do still offer that flexibility. I think, wow, they're just going to go quad first here. Okay. Now, this is seeing a lot of people run the quap in a different role at the moment. Like, at the moment, Queen of Pain feels like one of the strongest mid lane matchups. There's not too many heroes that will really be caught in a lane, which is very important. But another thing is teams are starting to flex the hero. Like, I've seen a couple position 3 pop, even position 4. I know TZ for ages has been spamming the pop and trying to play here, play her position 1. But I haven't seen too many teams have still tried to run the Cop as a 1 yet. So they have a lot of flexibility. The only issue is now the Earthshake getting picked up. I think this hero pretty much is set in stone as position 4. There's a good chance this clock could just play it as a 2, and they're just like it. There's that much that the clock is super strong at the moment. Then really worried about getting any counters for the matchup early on. So maybe I'm just looking too far into it, but it is nice the fact that they first pick someone with a lot of flexibility who, and also it's going to make a big difference in the draft because they have lock pick for CDEC. Who knows when this last pick comes around, they can still determine if the quad wants to be mid or these other roles, but more than likely will be the mid quad. Next, PSG.LGD have to do something about it. Like the Enchantress get picked up. They don't really have any. Enchantress doesn't have any stun, so is really lacking a way to take the Queen of Pain. So in fact, they just gonna pick Pango here. I was R-ing if we're gonna go for Rubik, because there's already very good abilities to steal, and stealing. Sure, I'd say probably. I'd probably argue that Fissure is the best ability to deal for. You can probably put Black Hole in there and maybe another big ultimate, but I think just the fact that it's not an ulti and you can do so much with it really highlights on it is probably one of the abilities to steal. But with that being said, they won't go for that instead of the Pangoli. It's kind of bad when you burn Earthshake, because sometimes you can utilize Fissures to bounce back and forth and makes it easy to chain lock someone down. Of course, it's on the enemy team, so you can't really coordinate the Fissure position. But sometimes in fights it can help out, but also sometimes it can really kind of disrupt your pattern of the rolling back and forth. But there's a good nice way to look on the clock. And a little bit of flexibility as well. FY can play the Pango, they can give the Pango to Alt 11, even Somnus if you want to can play it mid. So this is something you always got to highlight, the flexibility that can come out. It just keeps your draft so open, and your team's very good at being, everyone at these high levels are well aware about like matchups, game counters, and just being able to get the favorable matchup. Like for an example, would point out that doesn't lane first like a Phantom Winter or something like that. So being able to have the flexibility to put the bat at fire means you don't lane matchup. It's really important, because if you don't do this, then the enemy can completely just counter you and counter pick the lanes, and it's very difficult to do anything. And we honestly the flex picks be a thing for a couple of years now. It's really growing. Time and time again. It always makes watching teams like Secret in particular, because they have such a diverse hero pool where you can never kind of correctly guess what those heroes are going to play. But that's one hero you can get. So it's going to be the position 5 for CDEC. It's a very good way to deal with the Pangolin. You have this BKB piercing stun with the Fiend's Grip. Now the reason you don't see the Bane too much, you're a very strong laner, but out of the lanes start to fall off. Your Nightmares, it didn't set up maybe like an arrow potentially, it didn't save, but you really don't see a lot of position 5s at least get a full duration channel ability off. You are majority of the time supports the ones that get targeted at the start of the fights in particular, and you work your way down to the cores because their impact of stuns and save etc. But the reason why I bring this up is just Bane with that 6-second duration Fiend's Grip, it's not easy to get a duration of the Rubik pick. Like I highlighted that they needed an instant stun to deal with the clock. The fish ceiling is very good. You get any abilities that Rubik steals, you have a 0 cast point, so that means you won't have the big wind up with Fissure. And also Bane is a pretty decent to steal. You kind of want Sun to be able to cancel the Fiend's Grip from afar, which they're kind of lacking at the moment. I thought Clockwork might have been an option. You'd really like to have a way to be able to hunt the Bane on the backline, because he's going to save Fiend for the Pain to roll, and if you don't have a way to really build the Fiend's Grip to cancel, then they can all go through these fights. and not just the all-man classic of the monkeys. They're going to keep the flexibility of the Quap, whether it's going to be the position 3 or the position 2. I guess Earthshaker can still be played as a 3, but we don't really see that too much at the moment. You know, I think Earthshaker is pretty set in stone as the position 4.
10 seconds remaining.
So with the monkey, it's going to be a pretty decent lane. Monkey doesn't lose too easily. Pango and Rubik might be able to get what they get, which is awkward. Like, I really like how CDA have set their lanes up. Monkey Bane will win. Earthshaker and Room. Quap's pretty lane dominating hero in the mid lane. We don't face too many backups. Hello for a troll here. It's not the worst troll game. Again, you don't like going into someone who can control you through EKB, but more than likely it's going to hold that into all the painter. And they don't have a whole lot of stuns as well to with the troll. The only issue is that Sonic Wave can kind of be annoying. You know, the knockback still through magic immunity, it can kind of hurt you. It's not a massive nuisance, but it is a little annoying. And just running into the Monkey King's commands, he has that bonus dumb. And I love the Park Band. That's what PSG.LGD need. They need playing perfect on us. I was even thinking like a Tonka. His Tonka is incredibly strong. They need a little bit of catch. That's what the Park would provide. You know, the coil, very, very good synergy. Just allowing the troll to run forward. Yeah, you need. Yeah, definitely the silence of coil was already to deal with the Quap and the monkeys as well.
Oh yeah.
But why I brought up the comp players, because PSG they have last pick, and a lot of the time when I see teams who have 9th pick, they tend to favor heroes like the Conquer, even the DPL, for example, that don't have too many lane looting matchups. Like, a lot of the time they're just a secure 9th pick, and in fact they're gonna. So there you go. Very good, and you can cut the breeze, which is actually it's a minimal thing, but it has some slight importance against the monkey. It's always nice having someone to be able to cut them the breeze just in case. But they don't have a lot of lockdown. That's what I highlighted. You're not really going to be using the Fiend Grip on Storm, you know, Earthshaker as well. Earthshaker, a lot of the time, why he's getting picked up is because he can be enough for your early stuns. He's just so strong, especially when you get blink. You've got a massive cast range, or at least ability to be able to blink forward and then visually still when you're not on top of him. And it gives them a way to initiate the storm. You either out of fog or you're echo, and then have that chain follow-up lockdown. So there are multiple that have this Earthshaker to deal with it. Now the Batride Lasso as well, which is another really good matchup against the troll. This is the thing, like, you pick the Quap that highlight that's not a bad matchup for the pain. I think Park's probably a trade even. I'd say maybe like, even if you can do this, like 55, 45 favored, maybe if, because that's a very low difference. Maybe we'll go like 60, 40 favored for Park. It depends on if who goes bottle, who doesn't. One person goes bottle and the other person goes double, no, then they have a damage advantage. But so that was working. The fact that CDEC picked the Queen of Pain first, you know, they'll have the flexibility if they want to roll in a different role, but the fact they just end up keeping it XM. And it's going to be decent versus the Storm. Like, Storm, I believe, lower than the Queen of Pain. I think Quap's like 550 if I remember correctly, and Storm is a little bit under that. So, and you really like to utilize going on the three with putting down your remnant and using the overload to harass. So I like the CDC lineup a lot, actually. I think FY has to pop off this game. They're very good abilities to steal. Like, very good abilities to steal. Fisher, you know, Bane's they're pretty decent. You know, they're not the worst. Mainly Brainstat. Pops is decent as well. But I'm saying, like, this troll is not going to have an easy game. You know, I'd say good counter in the hit back.
Prepare for battle. begins.
You blew it!
Radiant's turret has been killed.
you have a special method for dealing with fortune? Tell me more.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Looking for me?
Radiant's courier has been killed. Thought you had that, didn't you? Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
There you go. What's the opposite of regicide? Idiot.
Dire are scanning.
Die. It's not the bat you gotta worry about. Seeds, fruit. Haste. Here I am.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Over here.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Regeneration.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. structures are fortified. Attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Talking about.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Double damage. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. bloody murder.
Precious bounty.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Whoa, what'd I miss?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's courier has been killed.
The fun begins.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Told you a storm was
Precious bounty.
zap.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I didn't realize that's down there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Glorious thanks.
Radiant are scanning.
Double.
Dire are scanning. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Kindred bounty.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified.
Come on, sprites!
Gotta say it, Chantress.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. The ecstasy of agony.
Stupendous.
Worthy tribute. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Dire's bottom tower Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Double damage.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
FY, he's found himself No-Tail out on his own.
He's trapped him.
There's No-Tail. Is he going to get any sort of backup? No, he's not. There's 3 still dead on OG. It'll be a slow and painful death here for No-Tail as Zame comes in for the kill secure.
I love the way that Chalice popped his BKB super early in that fight. He just knows, I just need to get my ulti off, and he cast it at a very safe range. He didn't wait for the last second of his BKB. He's not very greedy. I think that's a lot of the reason why they've been winning these team fights. Seb has been struggling, still about 1,000 gold away from his BKB.
Yeah, this Brewmaster is a display of perfection, really. It's the highest level in the game with his Bloodseekers.
And doing a ton of damage. One of the most damage in the game as an offlaner.
Now has full Shiva, so even more ways. He's pretty much itemized entirely just to be like, Ana, I'm ruining your game. I've got Radiance, I've got Shivas. You're going to struggle so much in these fights as Phantom Lancer.
Eric's did his best to keep Ana alive, and but Ana wasn't able to do damage because he was ruptured. He wasn't that low on HP, but still can't run around.
Seb.
Oh, I'm his ninjas here.
Got to be
Watch
careful who
Jerax.
shows up top. Indeed, Jerax. He's going out on his own. He doesn't expect Zame to have this invis rune. And Zame will show himself. Jerax goes across, but Somnus is there.
Somnus is not messing around rupturing.
No mercy. They're feeling very confident now at this point, getting these very advantageous team fights as well as getting kills on the split push too. Thompson though, will find X-Nova.
Seb, and as well. Between the two of them, they'll take down the support edge. FY's going to come in though. He hasn't got anyone else with him at the moment. It is just FY, so just playing around with Seb.
There's no help around at all, and he's still just making Seb's life miserable.
He is toying with him. He's just making him not be able to come back. Look, they're already starting to rotate this Brewmaster and Bloodseeker too, and FY, he's ready to look for Seb.
Seb's got to get out.
Oh, Seb.
As indeed FY, the patience keeping that control on Seb, buying time for Chalice to come in. Ana is going to look towards the Tusk. Chalice is now there, does have Primal Split available if he wants to look to take this fight. Somnus coming in as well. As Ana, Seb look to hide in the trees. Can they get out of it? Ana's got a TP available. He's into the trees, he's going to show himself in the lane though. They're going to continue to head over. They are going to see Seb make it out in time. They don't have a stun. Anna, can he get out as well? He can. OG will avoid that rotation from PSG.LGD.
FY is just so obnoxious there, following Seb for over a minute, just stalking him, trying to have his team come over.
So that's about, a minute without Aegis being used for LGD. They have 2 minutes left, I would say, to capitalize on this Aegis. Oh man, looks like he is level the PL.
Pretty much back to a 50-50. PSG.LGD 2-1 up at the moment in this best of 5 grand finals. 1 game needed to secure the championship title. And at this point, they are ahead here in game 4.
No-Tail hasn't had time to gather a full army of Ancient Creeks. Right now, he just has the Ancient Black Dragon. You really want those other auras when you're at a big disadvantage in these team fights already.
Yeah, it's tough though, because Jerax doesn't want to be following around his Chen, giving him the agony. As Thompson, he does have a Lincoln Spear picked up, and they should have the BKB finished on Seb too. So that'll give him a little bit easier time to get those Blink Claws as he's been suffering to do so in the last few fights. And Somnus, I have Scotty picked up, about to be level 25 as well.
Yeah, they just need a couple more minutes on the side of OG before they're ready to fight. Wait for the Aegis to expire.
Seb, he's in, gets the call, the character's going to get FY. There with the snowball save. He's going to be fine, and now they turn to look towards the axe. The taunt's going to be out. Seb goes for the TP. They've got the stun to cancel them. Seb held back for now. Thompson trying to offer his best from the side to provide some sort of safety, as he will get Seb back. They're able to get Seb back to safety, and Thompson, he's running away. X-Nova's there with the wraparound, gets the slow off, gives the vision for the snowball. TP from No-Tail's coming in towards the stride, but Thompson, he's trapped.
That's twice in this series that X-Nova just comes out of nowhere. Like, he's just on a warding expedition, then he just ends up wrapping behind these people constantly.
Perfect time.
Perfect timing, and has the Senton creep to boot. And look at these deep wards that he's placed during that time that he was running around doing so. He now has full vision of OG. Yeah, he sees Ana farming these Ancients right now.
Oh, Ana. FY just giving so much information for the team. He's got eyes on him. Get the punch on the wrong target, but the snowball pass will catch Ana. Ana, he's in trouble. The Blood Bright Silence connects. He's got the Manta back up in a second, but can he really play his way out of this one? He cannot. Down for a minute and a half.
Just having all this vision. X-Nova throughout this whole tournament has had the best vision in every situation, even when you wouldn't expect it. They're just like, oh, they're fighting on the left side. They're not going to have vision over here. But no, X-Nova always seems to have those prepared in every situation.
And he has some incredible foresight to be able to have these wars that just lead to really clutch pickoffs. And Axe has not spent his money on BKB. He has the money, but he might be looking to save for buyback.
We'll see if any of the buybacks do get forced out. Thompson's still dead for 15. Ideally, he doesn't buy back it. They may have to buy back on Ana. He's gone for 50 seconds. The split coming out from Chalice. He's ready to push in, look for the stun on No-Tail to hold back the Chen as the mid-racks are exposed. PSG.LGD, 40 minutes in, able to open into the base and clean out this mid lane of racks. Still Ana holding on to that buyback.
And they're going to keep going here. They really want to force this PL to come back here.
Stun onto Thompson. He will blink dodge it. But another tier 3 tower falling incredibly fast. They really don't want to use it. Seb jumps in, gets the call onto FY. There's the buyback. The Cataclysm isn't enough to do anything. It isn't. PSG.LGD still fighting strong. Thompson getting focused by Somnus. Seb taken down by Armin. The triple buybacks now out as Ana in trouble. He's pulled back for this one. The deafening blast onto the 3 of them. Knocks them back, but Ana gets focused. Seb! He's in with the call. He has the control onto the morphing Somnus. Now being chased by Thompson. Blinks in with the cold snap. The PL army's on top of it. They get Somnus too. As OG, they have to expend 3 buybacks, but they hold on to the top rack. Somnus now down.
PSG.LGD's turn to pick. Radiant team pick Queen of Pain. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Void incarnate.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. PSG.LGD.
Disruptor.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. PSG.LGD. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. PSG.LGD. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
10,
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. PSG.LGD's gold pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
warrior.
10 seconds remaining.
PSG.LGD's turn to ban.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
PSG.LGD's turn to pick.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Dazzle.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
your heroes. Prepare for battle.
Ursa with the Chen against the Rubik Mars. I'm a big fan of the Mars Rubik lane. The dagger should be annoying for the XM Void Spirit to deal with. I've been seeing a couple of Void Spirit thoughts at max to simulate because it gives you a way to instantly kill the range creep. But it's too long of a cooldown to be able to spam to dodge the dagger. Especially if, yeah, maxed out it's 4 seconds. The simulate I think was 11, did it say? Yeah, 11 seconds.
30 seconds.
So Ekton might just go for that normal build. Might even put 1 point into simulate just for occasional dodges, but I don't. This is tricky because I actually like both drafts, but late game I favor CDEC because I think their supports are gonna have a lot more scaling potential, Rubik and Disruptor. And I don't have the greatest lockdown, so the elusive hero and the Void Spirit's going to be very difficult to deal with. But I think LGD, they might be able to get that timing, you know. Yeah, whether Dazzle's got a very flexible item build, which is important for the hero. But you know, if he does go Necros in the mech on X Nova, I think that's go time for LGD. If they can win with that timing, then it's going to be very, very. But CDEC, they currently have a game advantage at the moment. This is our only best of 3 for the night as well. Of course, that was a team had to forfeit that series. So this is important. You know, if CDEC series, then they can jump out ahead of PSG.LGD in the round robin group stages. So if CDEC are able to 2-0, even just I believe even a 2-1 should be enough for them to jump up ahead. So this is going to determine who comes 3rd and 4th. A little bit of X, some dodge for the boys, and there you go. Yeah. The simulator, what is it? It's 16 with a 20-second cooldown. So there is a little bit of downtime for the dissimulate to dodge the dagger, but you see how XM is going to have to play this. You know, this is a pretty decent matchup for the Queen of Pain. You have a lot more harass potential. Ranged, of course, into a melee never feels nice. But this is going to be, you know, if Somnus doesn't always spam out the dagger when it just comes off cooldown, then XM will have that dissimulate available. It's going to be easier because I think, you know, more than likely see Somnus put more points in the Shadow Strike than what than what XM will put in the simulator, unless he does go for that new build that I've been seeing, maxing out the W. But I think I've seen it a couple times, more in pubs than any other, like watching people's streams, etc. Oh, okay, he does. So yeah, we'll keep watching that in the meantime. But we do this a lot now. Just the supports of body blocking a small camp. It's just so easy. At the small camp, because it's got that low box AOE, very, very easy to find the D Warden. How many? So he's got 3 mangoes on Armid. This is just going to tell us that they want to brawl down bot. 3 mangoes. You know, Victoria's got 3 mangoes himself as well. Literally just going to brawl. This is the big thing about the Chaos Knight. You're not a flash farming hero. You really attempt to try and come online very early, you know, after your brutal like laning stage against the enemy team, because you can just zone them out. You're a big bully. But the high playing as well, they are doing a very good job. We're still yet to find our kill, our first blood here. We saw that picked up first blood last game, but before the horn went, if I remember correctly. But it looks like F5 is just going to try and cut the wave here. Maybe in double stack it off. Victoria? This is 2 points in the poison. Victoria's definitely dead. Alright, here's the first blood. One more right click, not even needing old 11. Might still take a decent chunk. Army's actually going to try and hunt down FY, who does have the spike carapace, the level 2 picked up. And now Army's going to be careful. They've got another stun. Poison's on cooldown, but they've got the heal bomb. It doesn't do too much. They're in their level 1. So Army will be fine there. But if they find first blood, Victoria's going to be able to come back and give a salve off. I don't believe he picked up any more items, so still going to see a lot of aggression here as we take a look top. How is this faring for Chalice? He's got 15 last hits. SRF's got 15, 16 as well. So both these cores are getting a lot of farm top. You see Chalice might start to ramp up the pressure with the 2 points in the passive. But the issue is that, yeah, you spear, push him away, does a decent chunk of damage. That was even level 1, so 100 early on is pretty nuts. It's a very passive start to the laning phase, and I think this is fine, honestly. Because, did he have the simulate? Yeah. This is the thing, what's the cooldown difference? I believe every level's 4 seconds taken off. Yeah, it is on the dagger. And yeah, it's just 3 seconds taken off of the simulator on bot though, or 11. They've got the vision, kinetic field's going to trap him in there, so will be able to secure his first kill for CDC, the first kill for the game as well with the Chaos Knight at the top. So this is going to be fine. Saw the health bar falling low here, so we're kind of cruising along. And we got 2 kills about 5 minutes up, so with that first 5-minute interval, might see a little bit of aggression by the Downies. You know, at least the Dazzles could be able to come back to the lane with full health and full mana before that bounty in front potentially. Both mid lanes do have a bottle as well, so we're going to try and find a refill for them. Can they get... How much mana does this burn? 100, yep. Use 50. They nerfed the mana pool of that creep, didn't they? It's not the Sailor, I believe. I think they did. Apologies. Down bot, old 11. Terror's going to fall. This, I mean... this is a nice lane combo, actually. The Dazzle with next, you've got the slow kind of set up for the Impale. Makes it very, very easy to connect. How's the slow? Yeah, 16%. And it's also a melee hero to get on top of them with heal bomb. So that's second death now, Victoria. And maybe they really isn't getting too aggressive here. They might try and get rid of the static creep that they have. Remember, SRF? Oh my lord, that's soaring. Should be a kill. James has got the fade. Gave me a mini heart attack though. Jesus, calculated it just on time. Oof, well, there they go. They're trying to get rid of the kind of the static lane setup that they have, just rotating Victoria up top. This will leave Arme now in a very tricky spot. They're really going to try and shove in the lane now and put some pressure underneath the tower. They know that they disrupt the TP, so it cannot come back down here, but there are still other TPs available for Radiant if Arme does get dived. But this is a big thing. You know, you leave Arme solo, he's farming under the tower fine. You know, Dire probably going to be able to drag it back out with the hard cam, but now offers up, like, Ursa is a hero that can't really catch up in the jungle. Like, you're another hero. It's very similar to the Chaos Knight, how each team have you know, their position ones kind of play the same. Like, you're a lane dominating hero, you don't flash farm. I think Chels is a little better just because we see the maxed out Earthshock that is kind of this new build. You got Treads just being able to utilize the mana, but Somnus is making the movement. They are able to scout this out, so Radiant gonna have to dip straight away. They still have a nice ward in the area. Somnus is aggressively forward. They have the full lockdown now with the tree getting broke from the telekinesis, and now with the TP thanks to X Nova, FY is even going to be able to make the rotation here. So Dire, they've got the numbers advantage. Unfortunately, that tree getting broken there. Otherwise, the spear would have held the cop in place, but very nicely done, even though Radiant. This should probably reveal there's a ward in the vicinity, or at least very close to the tower, with the fact that, yeah, I believe some of the top haste like next to his tower and they still had vision, so might reveal this more of an aggressive one. Let's see if he does take that away. Yeah, he's got 3 points in it. Might still hold out to these levels. And Chalice is getting aggressive here. He's got the enrage, SRF. They're going to try and glimpse, drag him back. We'll give SRF a little bit of space now. He hasn't disengaged fast enough. They still have the purges coming out, and maybe with the block. Attack slow. Connect SRF. They're going to be careful though. XM gang, they're going to make the rotation stun. FY. We'll clip onto 2 here. Might in fact be able to deal with the Korra, and they will do so successfully. But this does allow Somnus to be able to find the power rune. He's also going to go down bot. Army's very far pushed away from the tower. This should be a kill. He does have the Phantasm. It's a basic dispel as well, so he's going to be able to get rid of the dagger. Now they'll try and turn. A 2-second stun. Can he find the crits? Old 11's got the kill though. Somnus tries to turn. Pomp fakes the Sonic Wave. Oh, I hate the goddamn armlet bug on the Chaos Knight. Look how annoying that is. Is this going to look glitchy? Yeah, it does. Ugh. Oh, that's hurting my eyes. Yeah, it's really awkward, but I mean, there's Phantasm not going to be used in Old 11. Doesn't have Grave, but now a big ultimate from Somnus cleans up the Chaos Knight. He's going to try and armlet toggle with the constant damage over time. Will pay the best top lane rating. A sacrifice well worth it, with the Chaos Knight falling for Arme as well. Arme and Chalister, I should say. So, who's happy with that? I mean, I guess who takes the tower first? Radiant got 3 heroes, make it 4-3 with XM. It is freeing up mid for FY, who's getting some very good solo experience, so he's going to have 6 at a good timing. They can even give the tome if need be to X Nova. But this is the big issue for the LGD lineup, is that they don't take objectives fast. You know, this Necro book's going to help out a lot from the Dazzle, even the creeps on X Nova, but he's in trouble. Protecting the outpost, beautifully done from XM, will be able to kill with the mark damage coming through. And now Chalice as well, he just TP'd top. They don't even need the glimpse, they're going to drag him back. He does have the status resistance, speeds off the mark thanks to this now. He's going to be able to duke and jive, gets out of the kinetic field, and have the ultimate, not able to get in range of the glimpse. So the status resistance, the new change with the enrage there, 50%. So just the spear off the mark. Didn't predict how long the stun was going to last for there. But it looks like we will see both towers end up falling. So the safe lane towers of each side is going to get traded. Woof! Bounty rune, Bold 11. He didn't even have to go to one of the rune spots as well. So I think this should be 3 for Dire. We see, might just slow down a little. Oh, I say that, but FY does have ultis, so does Somnus in 20 seconds, who's going Blade Mail. We've seen a lot of the Blade Mail in the top lately. You know, there's some okay AoE damage that are uncontrollable, but I really think the active is like the staple point of Blade now. It's very good against, like, you take a look, Quap has decent armor at the moment. Of course, I guess the Chainmail is helping out with the 4 armor. But the fact that you have the Chaos Knight max out Chaos Strike, sorry, where's the reality? There we go, sorry. Minus 4 armor in the reality rift, so you have a little bit of minus armor already, so Raid's gonna do a decent amount of physical. But what the Blade Mail gives you, stats are so good. You know, it's, I believe, 28 damage, and then plus the 8 intel, so you're getting 36 damage all up, 6 armor as well. Arme, They don't have a sentry. Victorious in the AoE, but doesn't have the ultimate and have a massive amount of burns. It's going to be able to get the ultimate off, utilizing the armlet token as well. With that basic dispel, he gets rid of the shadow strike, so somehow he stays alive enough with the glimpse. Tracks back F5, it's not a massive range. They'll patch out X Nova, does have the ultimate if he can get it off in the last second. Now even R11's going to show up here with the Necro books. Dire, they're going to continue to take the fight here. A 1-for-1. XM's got the mobility to make it on the backline here. F1 caught out. That's the only hero they need to find, but he's still hunting. Chalice is able to get the movement speed slow. XM will have it simulate in a couple seconds, but doesn't get it fast enough. And with the stun from FY, holds him back. He opted for the Aether Remnant before the dissimulate there, so enabled FY to find the stun. But is this the thing? I mean, yeah. Even though I highlighted in the draft that the Dai don't really have that many AoE options to deal with the Phantasm, like Phantasm is shit. I can't say it in a nicer way. It's such a bad ultimate. It's just, they get melted. Like a Scream takes half its HP. It's 124-second cooldown. Arme's just dead mid now. Like Dai, they have this timing. Necro Book X-No's about to have the mech. They're hitting it a little bit earlier than what I expected, but they are well and truly in it. And really, something about this C1 tower is going to be incredibly important to hold it. But do they have the level 6 now? Still victorious. Some level now. XM speed drags him back. Tells passes up the ultimate. They got the stun. XM's going to fall. He doesn't use the last astral step. The stun is out of mana. A stolen stun from James will hold back. But this is the issue with disruptor lineups. You don't play well from behind, and the glimpse is not a defensive tool. You need to use the glimpse for pickoffs. This is a massive thing about the hero, and just hit level 6 as well. So I wonder if he's regretting this 2-point Thunder Strike for that range. It's not even that, it's just the fact that, yeah, the ultimate came a lot later. Like, yeah, it's about a 3,000 experience lead. Yes, 2,000's big, but I'd say it's more important about the experience, where the supports now just got their levels. And, yeah, Arme had a decent lane, but as soon as they left the support to go top, they didn't bring another one down to help him, and Dai just killed him a couple times. They found the tower, and he couldn't get positioned up, and now Queen of Pain will get caught. Nice Sentinel Stomp, actually. It's going to hop back SRF, so Queen of Pain's going to be fine, but the ultimate's not even going to need to be committed. It's a 2-for-1. Arme has to commit the ultimate here, but now they're going to disengage. They don't have the numbers advantage from the boys in CDEC. But where's the fault lockdown, however? That's the question. Arme getting aggressive. Old 11 will force him back here. Chalice is still diving though. He's got the stats resistance. It's a big ultimate. Somnus cleans him up. It's a 2-second stun. Somnus might be in trouble with the grave. The heal coming up for the ultimate. The next Nova. It's an ultra kill from Somnus. They force out a couple of buybacks as well, but it's not going to matter. Constantly diving. They'll find James too. Ultimate drop to Victoria. It's a bit of a whiff there, unfortunately. And Dire, they just have so much sustain. They're even going to be able to TP F5 back with full HP. So this stun clips out the disruptor. PSG.LGD absolutely steamrolling CDEC at the moment. There is nothing they can do. James is going to end up falling as well. This is all before the mech. I'm absolutely mind blown. I honestly thought that we might see LGD have to play a little bit more passive for the next couple of minutes until the mech came out. But they know how strong they are. They know that Radiant have a lot bigger cooldowns that they're relying on. And just these long drawn out fights so much favor the Dai team. Like, I can't say it enough. You've got Shadow Wave almost maxed out on a 5.92 second cooldown. Grave not very good early, but once you get those levels for the Dazzle, it's so important. And now you have Mech. I don't know where Radiant get the damage. Like, it's a 4,000 net worth lead, but Chaos Knight, he's a hero now. Like, you've really got, this was my issue in the draft, and I highlighted that you've got to really win the lane, and if you don't do that, you will not be able to keep up in farm. And even though, like, Ursa is neck and neck, he's going to have a lot more impact. Like, his ulti isn't a trash can ultimate. And Dai can take Roche whenever they want to. They're probably going to try and get some vision down around the top side of the setting up for the spear. And we'll push back FY. The Spike Carapace is only level 2 at the moment. But Dia's got the mobility, and Chalice is still trying to close the distance. Under the Vendetta break into the stun. Victoria puts out a nice kinetic fill, but Chalice is able to jump through that. And we'll up finding that. And now another one. XM. Find him in the backline here. Really think, yeah, Dia. I mean, they've got the objective advantage. They really probably want to try this tier 1 tower top, because then it will take away the TP point for Roshan. But they might even just walk in it now, honestly. Like, I don't think they care. He's got the ice armor. You can tank up with one of the chain creeps as well if need be. And Somnus is doing the build I thought. I didn't highlight. I didn't think he was going to get blade mail this game, but it shows how strong the ability item, I should say, is. Like, I really think you can't look at the blade mail active too much. I really think the stats is just super strong on a Queen of Pain. 36 damage, 6 armor. The active is also still very good. And there you go, Smoke's gonna pop. They'll drag it back with the Spike Harvest, gives it a little bit of protection. The ultimate's fuck once again, and now Summits with the ultimate. A decent chunk of damage to the backline. Arena traps in 3. SRF's gonna try and use this as a zoning 1 to disengage, but they've slowed him down with Poison Touch. Summits isn't gonna blink aggressively because he has this second life to be able to utilize. A 2-second stun to trap him back, with Blade Mail ends up killing off the Rubik there, James, with the Scream stolen. And this is, yeah, first ages. I mean, first ages is always so important on the Ursa. This is a hero that just snowballs games. They even get a goddamn bounty. Juice it up a little bit. I give it for the bottle. You love to see it. But yeah, the Axe was what I kind of theorized that he might go to really deal with the illusions. And this just shows that LGD, they don't give a damn. Yeah, I thought they were going to try and take the D1 tower top just to get rid of that TP point so they could roche. They didn't even need to put too many wards down, just kind of the one in the vicinity around the river. And now they're hunting. The next time's got a free TP out. But this network feed is just going to continue to grow now from Dire. They'll get a very methodical gameplay coming out from them. Just slow this one down. I will still highlight that they very much struggle going high ground. The only way I can see Dire doing this successfully is if they don't have a good team fight lineup. This is still the one thing about the heroes. So they actually might struggle going high ground. This is probably the one thing that CDEC is saying at the moment. Try and get whatever farm we can across the map. You know, we got good team fight ultimates. We can defend high ground. But Dire probably just gets some aggressive vision, make it so Radiant can't get outside the base, and they just farm up the map, and then they get this massive network advantage where Radiant just don't have the items to defend high ground. Or they just smoke up, find a couple pickoffs, and then can take some objectives after it. So be careful, X-Nova. He's got a brother TPing forward as well. Army's playing a little bit too aggressive on the back line. They assassinate the Rubik, and the Army's going to be the next target as well. The Sonic Wave to drag him away from Old 11. They still have the Grave if need be, which is too protective of the tier 2. And, well, I was saying they're going to struggle going high ground. You feed them a couple kills like that, and they're going to freely walk up. I mean, they even got the Necro Books 3 with Chen creeps. What's the probability? Yeah, 99%. I'm not even surprised. This game seems well and truly over and done with. And this, the Chen, the Dazzle, that timing with all the sustain, these fights aren't favoring CDC. They want to fight where they just burst down heroes, and it just doesn't happen for them. You know, they're gonna try and stall it out. Just try and get the Aghanims on XM. You know, Chaos Knight's going for a Sergeant Yasha as well. But it's a little grim at the moment, unfortunately, so we might actually end up seeing a full best of 3. XM. Oh, FY, hit it! Oh! I don't know. Oh, someone's gonna blink up there. He will, XM. He's got an ultimate to simulate as well. But he's out of Chromatic here. He's in trouble. He's just going to have to farm up the creep. Beautifully done from FY. Literally the only kind of place you're going to guess correctly is that high ground. Godlike spree for Somnus. FY is just a glitch in the system. There's no way they would have put it. Eyes even caught out mid. Right next to the remnants of the tier 1 tower. And that's another death. And yeah, geez, the drop. There we go. CDEC, they're going to have to call it. What a methodical game coming from PSG.LGD. A 20-minute victory from them. Now, alright, now I think the crop will get banned. It's either
FY, he's found himself No-Tail out on his own.
He's trapped him.
There's No-Tail. Is he going to get any sort of backup? No, he's not. There's 3 still dead on OG. It'll be a slow and painful death here for No-Tail as Ame comes in for the kill secure.
And I love the way that Chalice popped his BKB super early in that fight. He just knows, I just need to get my ulti off. And he cast it at a very safe range. He didn't wait for like the last second of his BKB. He's not very greedy. I think that's a lot of the reason why they've been winning these team fights. Seb has been struggling, still about 1,000 gold away from his BKB.
Yeah, this Brewmaster is a display of perfection, really. It's the highest level in the game with his Bloodseekers.
And doing a ton of damage. One of the most damage in the game as an offlaner.
Now has full Shiva, so even more ways. He's pretty much itemized entirely just to be like, Ana, I'm ruining your game. I've got Radiance, I've got Shivas. You're gonna struggle so much in these fights as Phantom Lancer.
Eric's did his best to keep Ana alive, and but Ana wasn't able to do damage because he was ruptured. He wasn't that low on HP, but still can't run around.
Seb.
Oh, I'm as this here.
Got to be careful who shows up top. Indeed, Jerax. He's going out on his own. He doesn't expect Ame to have this invis rune. As Ame will show himself, Jerax goes across, but Somnus is there.
Somnus is not messing without rupturing.
No mercy. They're feeling very confident now at this point, getting these very advantageous team fights as well as getting kills on the split push too. Thompson though, we'll find X-Nova.
Seb, and as well, between the two of them, they'll take down the support edge. FY's going to come in though. He hasn't got anyone else with him at the moment. It is just FY, so just playing around with Seb.
There's no help around at all, and he's still just making Seb's life miserable.
He is toying with him. He's just making him not be able to come back. Look, they're already starting to rotate this Brewmaster and Bloodseeker too, and FY, he's ready to look for Seb.
Seb's got to get out.
Oh, Seb.
As indeed FY, the patience keeping that control on Seb, buying time for Chalice to come in. Ana is going to look towards the Tusk. Chalice is now there, does have Primal Split available if he wants to look to take this fight. Somnus coming in as well. As Ana, Seb look to hide in the trees. Can they get out of it? Ana's got a TP available. He's into the trees. He's going to show himself in the lane though. They're going to continue to head over. They are going to see Seb make it out in time. They don't have a stun. Ana, can he get out as well? He can. OG will avoid that rotation from PSG.LGD.
FY is just so obnoxious there, following Seb for over a minute, just stalking him, trying to have his team come over.
So that's about, a minute without Aegis being used for LGD. They have 2 minutes left, I would say, to capitalize on this Aegis. Oh man, looks like he is level DPL.
Pretty much back to a 50-50. PSG.LGD 2-1 up at the moment in this best of 5 grand finals. 1 game needed to secure the championship title. And at this point, they are ahead here in game 4.
No-Tail hasn't had time to gather a full army of Ancient Creeks. Right now, he just has the Ancient Black Dragon. You really want those other auras when you're at a big disadvantage in these team fights already.
Yeah, it's tough though, because Jerax doesn't want to be following around his Chen, giving him the Aghanim, so. As Thompson, he does have a Lincoln Sphere picked up, and they should have the BKB finished on Seb too. So that'll give him a little bit easier time to get those Blink Claws as he's been suffering to do so in the last few fights. And Somnus, I have Scotty picked up, about to be level 25 as well.
Yeah, they just need a couple more minutes on the side of OG before they're ready to fight. Wait for the Aegis to expire.
Seb, he's in, gets the call, the character's going to get FY, there with the snowball save. He's going to be fine, and now they turn to look towards the axe. The taunt's going to be out. Seb goes for the TP. They've got the stun to cancel though. Seb held back for now. Thompson trying to offer his best from the side to provide some sort of safety, as he will get Seb back. They're able to get Seb back to safety, and Thompson, he's running away. X-Nova's there with the wraparound, gets the slow off, gives the vision for the snowball. TP from No-Tail's coming in towards the stride, but Thompson, he's trapped.
That's twice in this series that X-Nova just comes out of nowhere. Like, he's just on a warding expedition, then he just ends up wrapping behind these people constantly.
Perfect time.
Perfect timing, and has the Senton creep to boot. And look at these deep wards that he's placed during that time that he was running around doing so. He now has full vision of OG. Yeah, he sees Ana farming these Ancients right now.
Oh, Ana. FY just giving so much information for the team. He's got eyes on him. Get the punch on the wrong target, but the snowball pass will catch Ana. Ana, he's in trouble. The Blood Bright Silence connects. He's got the Manta back up in a second, but can he really play his way out of this one? He cannot. Ana down for a minute and a half.
Just having all this vision. X Xnova throughout this whole tournament has had the best vision in every situation, even when you wouldn't expect it. They're just like, oh, they're fighting on the left side. They're not going to have vision over here. But no, Xnova always seems to have those prepared in every situation.
And he has some incredible foresight to be able to have these wars that just lead to really clutch pickoffs. And Axe has not spent his money on BKB. He has the money, but he might be looking to save for buyback.
We'll see if any of the buybacks do get forced out. Thompson's still dead for 15. Ideally, he doesn't buy back it. They may have to buy back on Ana. He's gone for 50 seconds. The split coming out from Chalice. Is he ready to push in? Look for the stun on No-Tail to hold back the Chen as the mid-racks are exposed. PSG.LGD, 40 minutes in, able to open into the base and clean out this mid lane of racks. Still Ana holding on to that buyback.
And they're going to keep going here. They really want to force this PL to come back here.
Stun onto Thompson. He will blink dodge it. But another tier 3 tower falling incredibly fast. They really don't want to use it. Seb jumps in, gets the call onto FY. There's the buyback. The Cataclysm isn't enough to do anything. It isn't. PSG.LGD still fighting strong. Thompson getting focused by Somnus. Seb taken down by Armin. The triple buybacks now out as Ana in trouble. He's pulled back for this one. The deafening blast onto the three of them. Knocks them back, but Ana gets focused. Seb! He's in with the call. He has the control onto the morphing Somnus. Now being chased by Thompson. Blinks in with the cold snap. The PL army's on top of it. They get Somnus too. As OG, they have to expend 3 buybacks, but they hold on to the top racks. Somnus now down for 2 minutes. No buyback available on this Bloodseeker.
Yeah, he's 400 gold short of it. It's up in about 8 seconds. OG, they have to make so much happen here. They have to push out all their lanes. 2 of the side lanes are already going, but I think trying to get some kills here, like on FY here, would be very ideal.
I mean, look how close to Brew is at 25. I mean,
So close.
With that primal split cooldown.
Oh, Thompson, he sees it FY. He's used the snowball. He turns with the combo FY with the self-fuels, but OG, they've surrounded him. Seb jumps in with the call, the blade mail. FY's gone.
Instant buyback from FY.
Still that scary time for LGD. 75 seconds without Somnus. OG have the full 5-man pushing in all 3 lanes at the same time as they approach LGD's base.
I don't even know if I give a head for this team fight. The LGD are for the goal, but no blood take up to 60 seconds. This could be disastrous.
He's got a full BKB on Seb as well.
Chalice really wants to hit level 25 before he pops that primal split. So close.
Just got to be careful, Seb. Looking for that blink initiation.
Chalice is stepping back. They give him the tome. He needed like 5 experience, and they gave him the tome just to make sure that he gets it anyway. Just playing as safe as possible here.
Looks like OG don't feel that the window is big enough for them to push in whilst this Bloodseeker's still dead. They'll back away.
They can't count. They fought back 3 heroes. They weren't able to get any T3s, and there's no Roshan up yet. Big Daddy No-Tail's praying for a Roche right now so they can get that refresher, but
Top shrine.
it's not going to be up. And maybe we'll dodge a bullet.
At least they got a good amount of economy off that, right?
Yep.
It was up to a 15k gold advantage, and they chunked it down to 7. Same thing with experience. So they did get quite a lot out of that one, but they ideally wanted to get at least one of those sets of racks to get some momentum pushing in with those 3 buybacks used.
Absolutely, it is this really scary moment of the game now for OG. We're about 5-6 minutes still without those buybacks available. If PSG.LGD can find that one team fight, it could be the team fight to win TI in this window of time that they now have presented to themselves.
Ana's gone full in for that butterfly too. As they pick up also an Aeon discount generator, so protected in O. DD did spawn, however, was killed.
Radiant team
It's
back.
also pretty scary for Maybe right now. He only has a 5-second BKB, and he does a lot of damage. They won't get wrecked by the
LGD's
X
turn
blade
to
mail
ban.
call if he finds it, especially with his BKB.
One game now decides us between the 3rd and 4th positioning for the group stages. CDEC up against PSG.LGD. What do we got up our sleeves for this draft?
Radiant team ban.
National League Season 1. highlighted that. Who's got first pick? All right, LGD, they've got first pick here, so CDC still going to hold second pick. Okay, they have not swapped up their second pick priority so far. I didn't actually see who won the coin toss. I'm not sure who won. Who won the thing? Chalice won. So they've had priority the entire time. So it looks like they're either first pick or Dire, which I imagine is probably first pick they're choosing priority for. But even in second game, CDC still kept the second pick there, so this is interesting. Regardless though, why I'm highlighting this is because the Queen of Pain. We are constantly, we've seen one in the second game it was second picked. Sorry, in the first game it was second picked, and in the second game it was first pick. Apologies about the mistake there. But at the moment, it's similar bans from LGD. They get rid of the Viper, the Treant Protector, and the Venomancer. So this does still leave in a couple of heroes. The Chen's available, which both teams play to an incredibly high level. The Queen of Pain is still available as well. They might go back for the ban, which they have been doing in every game. It's been the Tusker to outround this full first phase ban for LGD, and they will. They're going to continue with it. I highlight that I would not imagine whoever has first pick, I don't think they'll ban the co-op, I think they'll pick it. So this is now on CDEC. Are you going to leave it in the pool? Are you going to risk it? They get rid of the Dazzle. Okay. They thought the Dazzle was more of an issue. I think it did outrun the draft on how LGD wanted to play it. Because you have a co-op, a Chen, Nyx, an Ursa, and then a Dazzle. Those 5 heroes not late, like they're not very good late. They're gonna run at you, and they Ember. Okay, this is actually another hero we're seeing get first phased very, very consistently lately. You put him safe lane, you put him mid. I think this is maybe because the OD has been pretty much non-existent. Like we're actually not really seeing at all, which used to be a pretty big counter to the Ember. A lot of the time you would ban out the OD when the Ember was picked or going to be picked. So I have a feeling that is why we're seeing a little bit more of the Ember lately, being because you're not worried about having to go into that matchup. And CDC, they're going to snag up the Coddle, so LGD don't get the Ember Coddle matchup, and they will still go back for the Void Spirit. So no real difference there. They got at least, I like this, where they've got a support with a big ultimate. But they do Void Spirit, and I actually think Ember's pretty decent versus the Void Spirit. You've got a bunch of magical damage, and early on Void Spirit kind of likes to be protected through the physical. I know Slight's physical and Chains doesn't do too much magic early, but another thing is that Ember has a lot more mobility. Void can only utilize the double astral step, whereas Ember can utilize the triple, and you can also get an Aghanim's plus your talents, which will enable your positioning. And also another thing, if we add on to that, all these kind of elusive heroes very much hate versing Roots. There's nothing you can do about it. Roots is just one of the most difficult things to play into as these elusive heroes, and of course that is what the Chains is. So it's going to make it a little awkward for the Void Spirit. So I like this pickup. It's not guaranteed though. Somnus can play it, Chalice can play it, a lot of flexibility, and they go for a Grimstroke here as well. So it gets rid of the Void Spirit's mobility potential. Like if it gets Soulbind up on, then he's kind of locked in place and can't really utilize the high mobility that his toolkit provides him. And I think Grim as well is probably another one of the best position 5s at the moment. Even you can run him as a 4, but we do see a lot more as the 5. And the good thing about him is that you can list everything. You got a nuke / wave clear, so you can farm the dead lane. You got a silence. You got a stun. Yes, it's not instant, but it's pretty decent. And then you have a BKB piercing ultimate. It's very good against these elusive heroes. You can combo heroes with it. We don't see the Doom too much anymore, but have that Doom effect. Any single target abilities, even items, is very strong. So I think Grim does have its flaws, very weak, immobile, can't take objectives like some other supports, and playing from behind is a little awkward. Definitely can't be you want an initiator for that. Like, you like to have someone with mobility where you chuck out Inkswell and then they can get on top of them. So, you know, like a Ricky actually just absolutely steamrolls this game. I think that might be an option for LGD if they want to, if they want to put the Ember mid. Because Cuddle can't do anything. Void Spirit as well to the AoE silence. Just really hates that. But it's early on to be guessing. As we see the so the co-op, actually, I honestly thought we were going to come into this game and the co-op was just going to be first picked or banned, and neither actually happens. It's still available, but this is really interesting. Actually, you know, I hopped on the co-op, and the fact that it doesn't at all, which is a little surprising, but that's. Both teams going to try and switch it up for this last game, as we even see a Shaman picked up here, so. Gives them some lockdown, which they were needing. The instant Hex is really important versus the Ember. Both Shaman and Lion kind of fallen out. I mean, I think Shaman was getting played a lot more than what the Lion was, but there will definitely come a time where Hexes have some relevancy, because they're the only two heroes with the built-in Hex. So the fact that, and it's instant as well, which is the really important thing, that you want some instant stun that doesn't have a class animation to be able to catch out this slippery Ember, gives them a way to take objectives. It's also not bad. You can refresh the Ether Shock, I think it's called. You can refresh the Shadow Shaman nuke potentially. I think everything else is too high of a cooldown. I'm going to take a look actually quick. Shaman, surely that comes up. There we go. 13 and 10. It reduced by 6, so you could have a double shackles actually. Yeah, if you use the full duration of the shackles and then get it refreshed after, you can use it again afterwards, so that could be interesting. But getting a full duration, well, even getting 2 full duration shackles is like, whew, yeah, good luck. And now you got a Tiny as well, who we don't see Tiny a whole lot. With that nerf to the toss range, very much hindered his kind of performance and his pick rate. But it's going to give them a nice way to initiate, to burst down. Look at CDEC, they're so goddamn squishy. Cuddle Shaman, 2 very, very squishy supports. Even Void Spirit's pretty squishy as well, like magic damage will nuke him. I feel like Void Spirit's actually going to be okay versus the Tiny, because the Avalanche's mini stuns, you're able to get, you know, the Dissimulate off, which is an instant casting ability, so you will be able to dodge, unless Tiny goes like Avalanche toss instantly. But if it's just the Avalanche, then Void should be able to Dissimulate. But I like the Tiny pickup. You know, we don't see it a lot, but it gives them a nice 4 who can initiate. I don't think you can play Tiny as a flex. You know, he has always had that opportunity. But I really think Tiny's just kind of set in a position 3 role. Position 4 role, apologies. But what does CDEC want here? I don't know if they can go Bristle. Always when I see a Coddle, I think of the Ember and Bristle, because they're probably 2 of the best heroes to pair up with the Keeper of the Light. But Ember goes Spirit Vessel, then you've got Tiny with the nuke, you've got Grimstroke's got a decent amount of damage as well.
PSG.
I don't know if I don't think you can. They're gonna PL instead. So, again, that's very similar to the Void Spirit, where PL is able to get the Doppelganger away when you are getting Avalanche, because they're mini stuns. They don't really deal with the illusions. Ember's, it's okay, like Ember can itemize for it, but I think like Timber's ban Lesh honestly might be an opportunity for LGD. We don't see Lesh a lot, and I don't think the hero is too strong, especially with that Spell Amp nerf. I think he's one of the few that got hit pretty hard by it with the stats, not having, you know, the magic resistance, etc. But it is, I pretty much only see Lesh banned or played versus the Phantom Lancer at the moment. But unless they think they've got a decent way to deal with him, I'm trying to think of a core matchup, because they don't have last pick. They're gonna Phoenix. Wait, hang on, what's going on here? Is this a Phoenix 3? Is Old 11 playing the Phoenix? Well, they've got very bad ways to deal with the egg. PL is pretty much the only one. And they'll probably ban a Centaur here, I imagine, from LGD, because CDC are looking for their offlane. They'll give the Void Spirit to XM. They can still flex it, though. I have highlighted that they have the flexibility potential. But I like the Monkey ban. You know, PL needs a couple of items. And Monkey can still kind of itemize. You can go like Radiance or Mjolnir. So it's not the worst. But it's kind of a hero that the Wukong's is really good to be able to protect the Phoenix Egg.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't think Faceless Void has any opportunity because Coddle's really good against the Void. We saw a while ago when the Void was getting picked up and Coddle was kind of getting played a decent amount. Coddle's like come back into the meta, but you know, there was like maybe like a month, maybe even a couple weeks where Coddle just kind of evaporated. It was when we saw the big nerfs to the Blinding Light. But yeah, you just drop Ignis and Chrono, you Blinding Light evasion's really difficult. I'm just thinking if LGD want a big ultimate to be able to protect the Phoenix Egg, or if they go for a hero that needs to deal with the illusions. Like Ember is okay. With the Batrider ban, this might give them an opportunity to go Troll though.
5 seconds remaining.
They might do this.
Radiant team pick.
Spectre. Again, these supports do nothing versus, like they're just so squishy. So Spectre's going to absolutely destroy the supports. They've got no game, and he can go Radiance this game. Like PL can't really put any aggression on, neither can the Coddle.
10 seconds remaining.
I really think them, I don't know, like Centaur, they need some way to initiate on CDEC. Centaur gives you a way to get out of the fight when Phoenix pops egg. But Soulbind is very awkward to play around in. What's another 3 that can give them a way to start? We'll see it now. They're gonna type, so a big ultimate. Is that too slow though? They go for team fight, but Tide's a little bit better actually bullying the... Oh, okay, actually, hang on a second. I don't know Spectre's base armor. That's something I should know. But I think it's okay. It shouldn't be the worst. What they're going to try and do is... We see a lot of time that the Gush is getting not maxed out, but a couple points in early. This is the change with the Stout Shield not being a thing anymore. Now that all melee heroes have a built-in damage block, so Tidehunter doesn't actually have to go Kraken Shell early on. Shaman has one of the, at least support-wise, you've got one of the highest, actually even in game, it doesn't even matter about support. You got one of the highest right-click damage, and also the fact that you've got the minus armor as well coming through from the Tide. So I actually need to double-check Spectre's armor, but that lane could be very difficult to deal with. I do think the Ravage is going to be a little bit cooldown reliant. Because I thought they might try and put pressure on the Spectre, and I don't think Tide can really do that. Like, you know the kind of 3 that will run at you? So it gives them team fight, it gives them way to just frontline as well, and I guess it is some initiation. Like Tide, if he wants to, can go Blink. And it's going to be difficult to... I say that, they have a decent amount of burst. Whose draft do I like? Let me see. Let me try and see the Spectre's armor, and then I'll determine how I think he's going to lane. Because I think he still might actually struggle, and that's the one issue with the Spectre, that you're not going to get too much out of it. Let's take a look. He's got 4, okay. It's not the worst. It's definitely not the worst here. Does he... He might not even go Gush, honestly, but that is what the build I've been seeing lately. At least even like 2 points in the Gush. It's a bit nuke. 110 damage plus, I think it's like 4 minus armor. Yeah, 4 minus armor at level 1. But with this being said, I don't know. LGD just looks so good after last game that I think they might just run over this game. Maybe not run over with the Spectre. Might be a little slower. But I think they still might take this. This is a very CDC draft though. They love the Void Spirit. And there you go, XM. He's in trouble. Probably has to go for a Dissimulate. He knows he's just dead here. Nothing can really do. They'll have the follow-up anyway, so XM will end up dropping. Who gets first blood? And Somnus will. So this is already a very bad matchup. Like, it's not good. I'd probably put it like 65-35 maybe? Maybe not that much. We'll go 60-40 for the Ember, but you already give this good start now. Yeah, Somnus is gonna love this. He's gonna love this. And they're just... there's not really much Raiden can do. They only have 2 heroes, and alright, here goes Anchor Smash. So Xnova now wrapping over. Even Victoria's going to try and join them. Does have the Blinding Light, but the Avalanche is going to hinder that attempt. And they don't have any lockdown, and without the Gush though, Dire just going to be able to run themselves away. Can they get off? Oh no. Oh, that's... look, they're trying to do anything they can. Ugh. That's rough, man. All 4 bounties, First Blood as well. What's Somnus got coming out? He's got Selv, Wraithband. He's also already got 160 gold in the bank as well. So this is a massive advantage that Somnus is going to have mid. What's the damage advantage actually? Goes 66 compared to the 64. So it's not. It's a little bit. Like Somnus will make work with this. And I want to see how Tiny wants to play this game as well. You know, get a D ward free. Whose sentry is that? It's not his. Who got the gold? X over it looks like. A lot of time the Tiny's more of a hero that relies on the level 2. Like, you want the Avalanche toss to make your rotations, whereas like an Earthshaker is more like you can just really need Fissure. The bigger thing is level 3 where you get the double stun. But you see they're going to lead bot. They're going to sacrifice old 11 here. He'll try and get as much as he can. He might even just cut the wave, but James, he's in trouble. But the Avalanche allows Chalice to get on top of him for the Inkswell, and there's absolutely nothing they can do. This will be another kill for PSG.LGD, as FY is going to pick that one up there. If they can give FY a good game, like he can take over. 2 supports are incredibly squishy. Even PL and Void Spirit aren't too tanky either. But like there's not much Raiden can really do to actually stop old 11. Like they don't have any stuns, so as long as he holds dive, he should never really die in this lane. And if he really wants to, like he can't... I was gonna say maybe you just cut the wave. What I mean by cut more in this factor is you just stack up a double wave and then TP back. And then if you block the small camp, then they can't really do anything about it. But, you know, he's still getting whatever he can. He's even got 5 last hits, though. So the fact that they're kind of sacking him, you know, he still recognizes he's going to be able to get a decent chunk out of this in X-Nova. That's a lot of damage here. Centaur will actually stun X-Nova up, so he can't get on top of them for the Inkswell. And now FI is going to be careful. I'm going to play 2 up in their face here. Let's have some stick charges. So X-Nova actually goes for the normal build. Well, when I say normal, at least the one that was popular beforehand, the damage block. I really thought with the Gush and just the damage from James. But I guess this is because they tried to get First Blood. The Anchors probably needed to keep you alive. And plus they have 3 heroes as well. You know, Gush isn't very good when you have the enemy team has kind of this advantage. And now FI is just going to TP down bot. So he's helped around top enough. They've given them a good start here. He's going to try and soak up some experience. They might even be able to find a kill on Victoria because old 11 does have this extra point in Fire Spirits. It's a big damage increase. 15 to 35, so it's upping it by 20. So that second level is a very big damage spike for the Phoenix and Army. Yeah, we're going to dive aggressively for that. Doesn't have a point in the doppelganger, so can't actually get rid of the 5 spirits at top lane. And nothing happened too much. I saw the heroes on top of each other, just making sure we ain't missing any kills at the moment. But a lot of last hits mid, so both these players are actually doing really, really well. I thought Somnus might be able to take over. Not really take over, but might have a little bit more of a last hit advantage. Is them man fighting. We'll be fine. I think the level 6 is where Somnus gets a massive damage advantage over the Void Spirit. You just have one more remnant to utilize. So until he can hold out till them. XM does find the rune though, so Somnus is going to be careful. We're going to sell from his fellow supports, even though he's going to have the bounty up pretty soon as well to be able to refresh his health and mana pool. But it's fine. And that's the done. Nice heads up TP. About doing as much as they can to keep the lane dragged back, and We might see Tiny actually play a little bit. The issue is that I highlighted when game 1 we had that Earthshaker, where if you have a roaming position 4, you literally do that. You put wards on the higher ground, your Dire almost have the same one as well. But because Tiny is a hero that likes to put a lot more emphasis onto the other lanes than the off lane, like it makes a lot more movements, but Armee's in trouble, doesn't have TP, Doppelganger's down as well, but FY out of mana, so can't connect on the combo. In our top lane, Chalice shackled up here. We don't have any more follow-up damage though, so this will also allow X Nova. Wait, hang on, what the heck just happened there? Okay, I didn't know that ward actually gave a little bit of vision of it's a little bit. Oh, X Nova, he's in trouble. Hiding out by the hard camp, but I don't think it's going to be secretive enough there, unfortunately, brother. So we'll end up falling. Did you get the bounty? Who got the bounty? Oh, did he get denied? I'm not sure where it went to. Must maybe got denied there, because there's only 3 showing. But oh well, takes it away from XM, so he's unable to get any bottles. Will feed away a kill, unfortunately, and they're even going to refill up Somnus's bottle as well. So very nicely done. So Radiant might know there's a ward in the area. At least they know on the higher ground, because they saw the Grimstroke just right-click the hard camp on the low ground. You can't really do that without vision, so of course it's a very difficult spot to de-ward. You know, there's multiple places where you could have vision there. XM is gonna visit the bottom. Looks like both teams are very good at making movements around the level 6 and around the power and timing, because you know both your mid laners have a bottle, really wanting to utilize this and secure their lane as much as possible. And Chalice has also got level 6, so we might see potentially like the haunt down bot. I say that, but SRF I feel like might be pretty dead. We're going to try and lead up with all the stuns, and this is a mass amount of magic burst, so unfortunate for the Tide Hunter, who's going to end up falling. The first death of the game here. I was thinking that maybe we might see like a haunt down bot, get a kill, then try and take an objective. But I guess like why force the haunt though? Because like if Spectre's free farming, you know, this is a hero that isn't the strongest laner, so if you can just keep him in the lane for as long as possible, and then you can allow the rest of the team to make plays. Like as long as you're making plays across the map, then your Spectre always has a horn potential to be able to get out of that AoE, or at least the lane. And we see Dire, they've got a net worth advantage at the moment, but they do send Victoria up top. So once again, we saw last game that Victoria left Arme down in this bottom lane. They will trade off supports here, so James going to try and protect the Phantom Lancer. But Dire, this could be just where they get a whole lot of damage. Like Somnus, he's got the ultimates. He's even going Blade Mail again. So it's not even an intel hero. But again, you know, they have the minus armor and the gush, so that extra armor you're getting is very nice. Plus, you know, the damage it's providing you, a little bit of intel. Yeah, I honestly think Blade Mail, the stats are just super strong. I think a lot better on intel heroes than not, but XM. Do they have scan? They do on Dire. Yeah, the chance of them just chucking out on top. He does get the flame guard though, so it's going to stop a lot of the damage. James is going to be really careful. They want to try and shove in the lane and dive here. James is well aware. Really nice setup there from Somnus. You have the FY wrapping around, you shove in the lane just to set up for a potential dive. XM might have the ulti to find it, but now he's used both of these and doesn't have to simulate. They need the fault control. Looks like they won't be able to provide it. And XM will be able to disengage there. Very nicely done. As long as he didn't get bursted down through the minimal lockdown that PSG.LGD had, and then he'd be able to use that haste defensively. But we're chilling out. You know, we still have Horn available. Chelsea's also going to get Manta this game. Okay. I mean, Radiance is very greedy, of course. What is that creep doing? Yeah, Radiance is very greedy. But I thought he might go for it just because it does deal with the Phantom Lane. So they're going to try and protect the stack here. SRF does have the Ravage available. Dire with their rotations as well. It's a 3-on-3 at the moment. Chalice is relatively tanky, but I don't know if Dire have the damage as well themselves, because the Tide, he also equals out the tankiness. So they take the stack. I still don't know what I don't know what this creep's actually doing. What the heck's happening? What? What? Did he see it? That's so weird. Anyway. Very close to the 10-minute interval of the ward on the high ground. F5 will get caught out here. They're even going to try and pop the horn. It's like Dyer want to take the fight, but number the Ravage. Clips only onto one. Somebody's even going to rotate forward as well. So James will end up falling. It's going to be a 2-for-1 to start the fight. Dyer, they bring all the numbers for this stone rating, but the ultimate's on cooldown. They don't even have the Ignis as well. It's a little bit too early for that level 6. So Somnus with magic damage cleans up another. They have the mobility. They're not even done with the wall in the backline here. Victoria will fall. So LGD, they bring the goon squad. They ping up the wall on the high ground as well. So who ends up falling there? It's a 2-for-3 after everything's said and done. But now with the Ravage on cooldown right before that 10-minute interval. So Dyer, they will be able to get 3 bounties. Army. But wow, Spectre's actually really farmed. 2-0 and 4. Oh, actually, XN. It's bad. Get double ultimates available here if he wants to make a move. But diving the tower is going to commit both of these. They don't have any way to hold him back, so they will get the kill over onto FY. Really nicely done from XM. This Void Spirit is pretty strong hero to say the least. He's very, very good on it, and you see they're going to try and fall back and take some stacks now. They have these neutral items available. So is anyone? Yeah, Dyer got 2. We'll take a look who's got the jelly. Radiant actually have all theirs at the moment. So Spectre's got the jelly, and the Ember's got the jelly as well. So they got this catapult wave. They'll shove in the lane, do a little bit of damage to the tower. They might try and set up on Somnus because James does have the Serpent Wards. Not too high level in the lockdown though, so it's going to be very difficult to find that kill. But this looks like it's going to be a little bit more of a passive game. You know, both teams have both teams have this position 1 who needs a little bit more farm than previously. You know, Spectre is going to go Manta. You know, PL can come online with the Diffusal Blade. He's actually even going to go for the Asher first. He'll pick up the band of the Elven skin. But they're wrapping around Dyer on the high ground. F5, he's level 6. So he's got 3 points up in the combination here. They've got the burst. Chalice will find the kill as well. That's really big. You see Victoria, what he's doing as well. But Dyer are well aware that the Cuddle's going to be playing in the vicinity. As soon as they see the Blinding Light, I should say the Illuminate, they will be able to push him down in the tree line. So very nicely done. All Victoria wants to do is try and shove out the lane. But they're going to be able to keep a range creep alive. They even glyph it up as well. But you're just in the dead lane trying to get a little bit of experience, a little bit of gold, try and delay that push as long as possible. It is very difficult into the Ember because you have such strong gap close. You just remnant straight on top of them, you destroy the trees as well. So there you go. But you see a lot of the calls, I mean, Chalice is free farming, and this is an issue. He's actually going to go Manta Diffusal Blade. So I haven't seen the radiance too often, honestly. Like, this is the build that I'm seeing constantly. But I think Somnus then has to itemize to deal with the Phantom Lancer. Unless maybe they just come online before the PL really does. Like, they could have that opportunity as well, where PL doesn't have the items and isn't tanky enough, because they still have, like, if with Tiny or the Burst, it's able to, you know, deal reasonably well. Like, it's not really a guaranteed way to deal with the illusions, but, you know, bursting PL is nice. Even Stroke of Fate, actually, it's not even maxed out. So, this is interesting. I thought the PL would be a bit of an issue, but they're not itemizing at the moment. You know, they still have the potential to do so, but is there a ward in the area? I don't know how that tower hit him, but we are 30 minutes into the game, and Dyer, they've got a net worth advantage, only 1,000 to moment, but the Ignis is going to get dropped. Tidehunter baiting with the Ravage. James even going to TP forward. They find the Hex. This could be a pretty good fight here for CDEC, but now with the Horn. Spectre, can he find the opening? It's going to go straight on top of the backline here. Doesn't have too much mana. Ravage, it does clip onto both of them as well with the buyback, but Tiny is not going to be able to get in range. Even Old 11 wants to come up here. He's got the egg available, drops it off to the southeastern side here, but does the 5 spirits enable the egg to end up popping here? It looks like it will. On to 4. It's a beautiful ultimate from Phoenix that's going to be able to close up the fight here. Dyer, they'll clean up everyone as Victoria on the backline will get burnt down by the Phoenix. The rebirth of the egg, and our army's even getting chased. They've got the soulbind for the movement speed slow. X9 is even going to get tossed forward. He's able to utilize the Phantom Rush, but it looks like he's still in trouble with the Doppelganger. It's up in a couple seconds here. Dyer, this is a hefty dive. They're taking away from the T1 tower, but if they find Arme, this is massive, and it looks like they will do so. But it's going to cost them a couple of heroes, I believe. The Glyph, you can't tank it up. Hello? X, oh no. They both tried to run through to tank up the tower there, but the Glyph with the multi-shot. What an egg there. Wowee. Old 11 somehow got that egg to pop. Dire just fully committed. We're like, all right, we're throwing our bodies on the line. We have to protect this Phoenix egg, and they do so successfully, and that's a massive fight. 3,000 lead now. They get a couple of kills. They get a tier 1 tower. Holy crap, I never thought I would see that item again. They got, like, why not go late? Like, Phoenix is a hero that very much relies on levels. You can do a lot with items as well. Like, he actually couldn't go Radiance this game. You know, Phoenix loves the Radiance because the evasion. But, you know, Shiva's looks really, really good. That little bit of attack slow. Ags is probably good this game as well. He's far out. He's level 11 on Old 11. He's going to free farm. This is nuts, actually. I really like the Midas. Because I don't think Radiant can pressure, and Dire are well aware they win this late. I'd say you're... like, you can itemize to deal with the Phantom Lancer. Oh, X-Nova. He's in trouble here. They get the Suns and the TP out. Is it fast enough? No. Nicely done from James. Deals with the Embrace straight away, so they will be able to find a kill top. SRF will claim that one. But... XM again. Alright, so he's got Your Scepter, I believe, now completed. Yes, it is. So he's doing relatively well here, but Chalice is, I mean, Yasha, 2100 gold in the bank. He's still top of the net worth on Dire, and even Ember. Like, yeah, there you go. Ember's going back for... Is that a Vanguard? Wait, what's going on here? Usually Crimson was a very good way to deal with the Phantom Lancer. I will say, actually, Radiant have a lot of physical damage. Chalice should be fine. He's pretty tanky here. Like, yeah, PL pretty much all physical. I mean, I know the Diffusal Blade burn. Void Spirit's a decent amount of physical as well with the Astral Step. Then you've got the Tide, Gush, and minus armor, the Anchor Smash top lane. James will fall. They drop the Ignis. A quick egg's going to come through. Radiant, I don't think... Can they deal with the egg? Though, Dive fully collapsing. Strand drag the back here. The egg will pop once again on a slither of HP there. Radiant fully had to commit for it, but unfortunately they just could not do anything about it. I mean, it's a Tide Hunter and a Cuddle right-clicking an egg. Even if you kill it, Dive just probably rotate everyone around to clean them up afterwards. Beautiful ultimate from Old 11 once again. And this is getting scary. This is getting really, really scary. Like, LGD don't have the greatest, like, it's not like an Arena or like a Faceless Void, Chrono, even an Axe is pretty good as well. Like, they don't have the greatest ways, honestly, to protect the egg, but, you know, surprisingly, they are doing really, really well. Old 11 somehow has been getting that off on a slither, you know, one hit every time. And now, guys, he's level goddamn 13. He's the highest level in the game. I can't explain how important this is. SRF, he's getting melted by the percent damage. They're diving deep. Ravage is available. Maybe this is an overcommitment here. It's a big kill if they can find Old 11. And with the Ravage to clip and the dives on cooldown, so they will be successful. Ember's going to be able to get the disengage. So Dire, they will drop 2 there. That is big. That's a lot of experience. You take a look. Yeah, 2k change. That's massive. The fact that Phoenix dies, you know, that was a 4-0 and 6 spree. They're also going to be able to catch out Tiny in the river. He does have some help in Spectre. Is this enough, actually? XM's getting melted by the magic damage. Now he's going to be careful with the root coming out. Chalice has got the clumsy net. Need a couple more right clicks, but XM's able to make it up on the higher ground. But the chase, it's still on. Somnus with the double remnant. Has another one to work around with, but where's the vision fault? XM's going to go to the northern side here. In fact, it looks like James, with the target is coming through, chucks out a Hex, but they got the slow on the dagger. FY, he's still got a Mango to be able to utilize. So with the toss up in the air, Chalice is going to make sure he doesn't find the toss himself, and he won't. FY finds the angle, tosses him up, drops him down, finds the kill. Very nicely done. They do keep the who were they going on? XM. That's right. I was going to say the Tide, but no. Fire out. Level 13. The reason why I was saying the levels are so important on the Phoenix is, one, like, already they're struggling with dealing with the egg, and now you have an extra level in it where you get 3 extra attacks. You've got the Sunray maxed out, which the percent damage is a massive way to kill this beefy Tide Hunter. They haven't found the real Phantom Lancer. They got to be careful because Somnus doesn't have remnants and doesn't have a whole lot of mana as well. But XM, pretty greedy here. It's going to be a pretty decent Ignis. Clutches onto 2. But Dire, they'll deal with this straight away. And that's a big ultimate on cooldown, and Dire might feel pretty content. They're going to have Horn up shortly, so they're going to try and actually find SRF top. They need to stay on top of him and make sure he doesn't get the TP out, but it looks like they should be able to do so successfully. FY is going to hold the Avalanche. This will now leave mid free, so Radiant are trying to make something happen by the looks of the map. But in the meantime, Tide still will fall. Yeah, I'm Amber? Horn's going to come through as well. They're going to try and do it with the backline. Looks like they're baiting on Sumnus, actually. Beautifully done. Chels deals with Victoria, and they don't have to follow damage. James, he's got to cancel off the shackles here. It's way too much, and with the clumsy net, traps him in place. Chels with a double kill. They just baited mid. I was saying that as soon as those number of heroes show top, you got to be really careful, because Radiant going to make a play mid. But this is the thing about the Spectre. Like, you're going up against the enemy team who have two very, very squishy supports in the Shaman and the Keeper of the Light, and Arme. He should be fine here. But you got two so goddamn squishy supports where you just Horn, you get them on the back line. Like, this honestly might just be, I don't know how Spectre is this farm. 7-0 and 12 is a pretty good answer, I guess. That's, you know, I guess looking at the KDA is a good way to see it. This is the thing, like, yes, PL is doing really well last hits, you know, but has 2 deaths, so that's taking away from the actual GPM that's coming out, and the fact that he also hasn't, you know, he's only participated in 1 kill. So LGD are looking on another level at the moment. Got a mass experience lead at the moment. Not really surprising, honestly, with the map control and also the Midas that hasn't been punished. And like, they have 3 heroes that could have gone Radiance. I knew they were going to go back for something. Like, they had the itemize to deal with the PL. Like, first item Radiance on Spectre never feels great. And Somnus just goes for these kind of defensive items. Blade Mail, Vanguard. All he knows is Somnus. He's just going to run at them. Like, they don't really have like a beefy hero. Spectre is, but until Spectre kind of gets these items, you know, he more haunts in, you know, at a couple of seconds after the fight. So Ember will tank up a bunch of abilities. And he also has the opportunity to go Crimson as well. I highlighted that Radiant are all physical. The Serpent Wards as well. You know, pretty much I'd say probably like 70% of the damage is physical. So this is just like a very like heads up Vanguard play. Usually you don't see it. It can even be turned into a Crimson that just deals with the PL illusions. Not that I think they need to this game. And now FI's also got a blink. Top. Who do we find here? XM along with Arme. They'll get the US set right by the tier 1 tower, so Radiant, they can have some TP rotations come out, so I'm just going to be careful. Now putting a lot of damage on Arme. He's got this Blade Mail as well. He's going to dip. The Horn will fly. Who do they want to find, actually? Chalice is still actually going to go forward. Chalice is really tanky. They dropped the Ignis. The teams are wrapping around the backline here, but can he stay alive long enough? However, they still... mana required for the Ravage. He's going to get chucked out before the Phoenix Egg. Can they bring him down with the fault lockdown here? But they get the root. Hex, there's no egg coming out for this fight, but it looks like CDEC, they're still not healthy for the world. But the Soul Bind latches up into the Phantom. As well, it's going to end up falling. Somnus is just so goddamn tanky. Baits all the abilities, Remnants out and back in as Radiant. They lose 3 out of the Silence as well. Voids with the follow-up clumsy net. They're just too tanky on Dive all of a sudden. Holy crap, the itemization. I love watching top teams, man. Like, this is just good Dota. This is just good goddamn Dota. Like, never would have I thought a Vanguard, but far out. Like, some of this is just nuts. I don't know. Radiant lose 4. They take a... Look like an okay fight. Like, you kill the Phoenix, you get the follow-up lockdown. He couldn't get the egg off. Like, every fight pretty much has been able to get the egg and then stay alive. So one fight where he doesn't get it off, it almost looks like it goes their favor. But they're just so far ahead. And FY, I mean, this is just another kill. I say that, but... he's got Blink in 3. Does he want to go for this? He can toss the creep and it should be enough, but XM's going to show. Okay, that's it done. Keeps him alive there at least. But look at the map, man. Like, Dai still don't have their ultimates. I mean, they've got egg, but like Haunts on cooldown, and they're still playing so aggressively. But they do know that Radiant, you know, the Ignis on cooldown, the Ravages on cooldown as well. Like, these are both some very hyper abilities. Sorry, I should say like big cooldown, and when they're on cooldown, you can't really do much about it. But this is kind of the only timing I think Radiant have. Otherwise, it's going to get too late. You know, Dai should be able to take this late, I believe. And kind of the timing is the Phantom Lancer Diffusal Blade. You know, he's got a K in the bank, so he's had it for a while now. This is it. This has to be the turning point. Yeah, it's got to be the turning point for Radiant. And the 84 probability right now from Dire, so everything's looking incredibly good for them. And they've got Haunt back up. And with a 7,500 net worth lead, they're going to smoke. What have Radiant got? So Ravage is about to come back up as well. They've got a really nice wall in the backline, so they know SRF is up here. So Somnus is going to lead. He's got the Radiance as well. So tricky to be able to burst him. Radiant, they're baiting the tire, but can he even get anything off? Pops the BKB, Hex is going to fly out as well. They need to try and protect the Ember, but straight on top of the backline. Charles with the Manta, Ignis going to get dropped. They'll drop the Serpent once as well, but James is taking way too much damage. He will end up falling. No, but the egg committed. Radiant, they did use a lot of their ultimates here, but they're still going to be able to clean up the fight. They've got the Ravage, but Dire baiting them up on the high ground. Somnus even going to commit with the Remnant. The chains locks in PL. Bino's going to come out as well. They're going to be careful how deep they do die, but now with the Sunray heal, the Remnant's going to be able to cancel that. Somnus might end up falling. No, they get to the shackles. He still dies. Somnus somehow will end up falling. Chalice is going to try and move forward. He's got the ink swell, but he's still going to be careful. This is a fight where you're diving the base here. Tier 3 towers right in front of you. So Somnus will fall. It's his first death in a very long time. Should be able to find that ward with a stroke, but what do? They force out the buyback on the Cuddle and the Shaman. They only get 1 kill and they force out 3 ultimates there. Serpent Wards, Ignis, and the Ravage. Hold on. Yours is up. They dealt with the creep as well, so the Tether's going to drag him back, and I believe he is dead. Indeed. You're going to be able to deal with the arrows. So getting a little bit too aggressive there is the Phoenix. This will allow Radiant to try to get some map control, maybe even put some pressure onto the tier 1 tower mid. XM's got Dagon. Ooh, that's rough. What's happening bot? Uh-oh, Army. Toss up in the air, Doppelganger, it's on cooldown. They should be able to bring it down before it comes back up as well. PSG.LGD. Too goddamn fast. Somnus is going to go for the Aghanim's next as well. It's going to be a really good way to deal with the illusions. Just that extra couple of remnants to be able to utilize. But this is another decent timing for them. XM, that second item with the Aghanim's down. He's been having a pretty good game, actually, the Void Spirit. 7-3-3. KDA-wise is showing. James might just be dead here, right? Avalanche toss up. That didn't do as much as what I thought. He actually does have 1500 HP, that Essence Ring he can still utilize, but the Horn, they'll send him top. Charles will be able to bring him down. He can even join the mid as well. XM's going to be careful. Finds the tethers. So Chalice won't be able to continue the aggression, but the Haunt does get used here for a kill on the Shaman. They might just go Roche with this, honestly. Like, still even know what to support. It's enough to enable them to take Roche. You don't want to get, like, you don't have to get too greedy with Roche. You know the Shaman bought back through that last fight. So even killing this hero that doesn't have buyback and popping a Haunt for it, like, Radiant might be able to contest this because they're about to have all their ultimates back up. And it looks like they are aware of this. Like, they got a nice ward in the river, but Roche is getting melted. This Desolate is destroying it. And they won't be able to do anything about it, so Roche is going to fall. Somnus will even pick it up. I mean, Chalice is getting to the stage where it's pretty goddamn hard to kill. He's already got the Butterfly in that top. XM and Mame is going to be able to clean up the Grimstroke, but Dire, they still want to get a little bit of revenge here. Fuel's going to give them some protection. Both teams have decent vision inside the area, but who wants to commit to the fight? It's very difficult for Dire. They don't have this Haunt. And they know that they're going to all of Radiant's abilities at the moment, so they will opt to not do so. But I mean, Chalice has got a 7,000 net worth lead over the cause on Radiant. Like, he's got this full item ahead. And they're about to be even with Manta and Diffusal, but the fact that he's already got the Butterfly and also add on to that is 1,300 gold in the bank. Like, this is looking difficult for them to deal with. Dire is going to take this. Grimstroke can TP in. SRF. He's got a BKB. Doesn't want to pop it too early. F5 is going to try and deal with the support of the backline. It's very difficult for Victoria to get the ultimate off. And now SRF is falling low. He's going to have to pop the Ravage eventually, but it's not going to be a good one at that. The egg will tick down Kodo. SRF still just going to constantly chase down. Hasn't found the opening for the Ravage. He does have a buyback, but now with the Hex inside the base, F5 is going to have to follow up. James is in trouble here as well, but the toss Dire. They're literally just running at Radiant. There's T2 towers still available. And a poor old Arme is just farming underneath an observer ward, so they're going to cut off bot. The tier 2 tower's already been claimed, and they're going to try and cancel the TP. They won't get there in time. So Arme's going to go top though, like they know they can't do anything. Man, that feels so bad. Ugh. I don't know, this is rough from CDEC. There's that Shiva's as well, he's had it for a bit now. Shiva's Radiance, how do you kill the egg? I don't think you do. It's not available, they're gonna have to lose a full set here. Maybe not even a full set, probably just a melee. Until Chalice gets probably another damage item, they're really gonna struggle with being able to take these. They can still fight if they want to. You know, they don't have the egg, but they're going to be careful. Toss gets Somnus away. In fact of controlling the Tide Hunter, but can they burst him down before the BKB Ravage comes out? That's up. He's taking way too much damage. Waits for the slide, and now with the Ignis getting dropped as well. Chalice going to try and deal with the backline support here, Victoria. He does have the protection, the Essence Ring. Chalice hasn't killed him just yet, but Brady, they're falling so incredibly low. 2 heroes don't have buyback. Armin's going to end up falling here to 2 for 3, but it looks like it's not enough. As Chalice with the root holds back the Void's Fruit. They're going to get the Shackles, but it doesn't matter. The damage from Spectre is too much to deal with. They're diving the base and the G's that drops to LGD. They take the series 2-1. A beautiful performance for them. They just look like a class ahead, honestly. And with that being said, LGD, they will be able to secure themselves a 3rd place positioning, I believe.